Hi, I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. I have no makeup look. I didn't really want to edit a video. I have a video to edit. Can I be bothered to edit it? That's a big no. Can't be asked to edit it. But I'm here, so you know, that's all I can. That's all that can be asked for. So I'm just gonna go in and start gluing down my nub. So this live, you know, whether or not people join, I only have 100 subscribers. I'm gonna go and plug it everywhere. But obviously, if you are seeing this, this is going to be more thorough in what I do with my tag. So first, I'm gluing down my brows with Elmer's glue stick, and I'm just brushing up with whatever brush that can get most of the hairs up. I add another layer of glue, like so, and pull that up with my fingers. Actually, I'm going to make sure it's got a bit more glue. I just want to make sure it's really coated in glue, really layering on. Like that, just really layering on the glue. So all you can see right now is my eyes, because this stand keeps going back, but that's fine. I'm just going to wipe around my eyebrow anyway, so. Right now we're just doing eyebrows, so not the end of the world, like so. Now I'm going to figure out what I can do, or should I just... Okay, so I can't really do that, but I can kind of do that, and that'll just help me a little bit into gauging how y'all, I'm a British person saying y'all, that's about time. So I'm going to actually just quickly start plugging this while my glue on my brows is drying, because I think it's very interesting to plug it everywhere I can. So I can get, like, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. And even in the comments below, if it's about makeup, if it's about you saying, you're beautiful, I wish I could be with you, yeah, give me that tip. Not gonna happen. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm actually gonna be covering that in one of my other videos. Like halfway through, and I won't mention it, so it just grips onto the people that need it. Because obviously if you talk about it in a video, they're not going to click on it because they know who they are. So, it's just my opinion on that. Don't know, really. It's strange talking to a cam. Like, I can, and I do, go live when no one's watching, but like on YouTube, it's like, yeah, it's a bit weird. Do not play my voice. Oh, thank baby Jesus we caught it in time. But, yeah. I just wants to do a stream. Also, hi, whoever's joining. Oh, is that me? I'm just gonna thumb up my own video. I'm really sad. Right, okay, I'm turning off Internet Explorer. That should... I thumbed up my own video, and it should come through that that's either not me or me, I don't know. I'm just gonna link my friend. Link my singular. Oh yeah, that was me. That was definitely me. That is, let me just, self-promo, doing, heck, live, doing a heckin' live, my going you, living like a baby fool. Tell me all I need, babe. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, wake me up and save me from the dark. So I'm gonna actually go in. I'm gonna go. I can't share it there. I can't share it there. I can share it in here. Can everyone at everyone? I don't know. This is an announcement. That's not what I want. Fug. Fug. We don't need that. That's the wrong place. So, do they at everyone for streams? I know the owner does. Yes. I spelled B wrong. That is absolutely amazing. Ow. This is a mess. It's a mess, but that's fine. So I'm going to be going in my second layer of glue. I do 3 layers of glue to 4. I feel like even with my brows, and I don't have much brow left, but I naturally have thinner brows, like even though like the hairs are a bit longer than other brows, like it's not a dense brow, so it's very easy to flatten out and create. But also the thing is with a less dense brow, sometimes it creates more texture because there's more gaps in between the brow hairs as well. I think I just think that's my issue with it. So I don't think I primed. I have the memory of a sock. I think I did actually. It feels like I did, but just to make sure, I'm just gonna prime. So I'm gonna prime, and I like to prime and go working upward motions up my eye. I personally would not work in. Usually, everyone, you're about to mention 30 plus people. Yeah, I'm fine with mentioning 30 plus people, Jan. And that's the only server I'll let everyone on. I'll let everyone in my server, in my general chat, because there we go. So now we're getting as many people to join as possible. And all of them will be friends. Hi. So I'm just gonna pat down my face. I used to do this way. I just think it's easier. So I'm picking up my product, working that right on in. And I'm gonna take some on my neck as well. That just smooths down my neck, and yeah. So I think looking at some of those stray hairs just then, I'm going to assess it. I'm going to add another layer of glue. That's it, just another nice layer of glue. I'm not going to smooth this one out, I'm just going to leave that as is, and we can see how that goes with time. There we go, so I'm just working with that. Now, I'm going to do my eye makeup first, because I find, if I do my eye makeup first, personally, I find it just, like, works 10 times better for me. Oh no, don't go too low, you'll find parts of me that do not need to be seen by any good Christian. So, as you can see, yeah, so everything's getting ready to be powdered. So I'm going to go powder. Oh, fuck. I need to get more coating. So Coty S-Bun. This is the coating. Oh, I really not got much of this left, girl. I have to get some Coty soon. Like, Coty S-Bun, best powder out there. Really like, I can do my entire makeup with Coty, but I like to use other brands for my face. They're a bit more of a softer finish, but Coty is really... That's not Coty. It lied to me. It's because I keep all my other powders in old Coty S-Bun containers. So like, I have so many Coty S-Bun containers, I have 4 of them. So finding the correct one. Neither of these are the correct ones. There must be another one, because neither of those are correct, so I imagine, or I'm praying, there isn't a correct. So I'm going to take that, that's like okay in small doses. Help me. Yeah, this is the one that can pull my hair back, I believe. That's not. Why is all of these, like, not able to pull my hair back? Yeah. So I'm actually getting, like, really agitated trying to find my right powder. I doubt it's this one, actually. It might end up actually... Yeah, so I used the wrong lid. That's what I did wrong. So I was gonna... Yeah. Yeah, I used the wrong lid, that's all. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be doing some more sure everything's kind of flat. Everything is kind of flat, so I don't have to necessarily worry about that anymore. I just click on myself. No, it's not like Instagram. Instagram's so much better. But at the same time, I like streaming on different platforms when I can, because it's more interesting going on multiple platforms and seeing what kind of people are on each platform, if anyone watches it. I am a lady. A drag. So I'm just going to be patting it into my brow. And I really like, once I pat it in, once I've got powder there, I then press. As if it's pressing the powder. Stupidest joke I've ever made. So I'm going to go right on in. I'm literally just going to go in, make my face look. So going over the last layer, I lick my glue stick. You can get it slightly wet. And just go over. And this is like the smoothing layer. And then you hit that with a powder and everything is a lot smoother. It just fills in like, especially if you lick it and you don't like go crazy brushing off the excess. It allows space, like, basically for things to be filled. You know what I mean? So like, instead of things getting knocked off, like all the crevices that have like a little extra bit of powder in, that'll fill that space where you would have got texture. So that's another good thing about 2 layers of powder. And that's pretty much the look as far as that goes. So I'm going to tap in, because obviously like there's a bajillion products you can do drag with. There's a lot that I personally use. Right now though, I'm gonna really focus on using some proper old-fashioned old lady makeup. But this is the Max Factor. I'm just gonna warm up in the back of my hand just a little bit. Oh, okay, that's cool. Thanks, Janice. So yeah, I'm being incredibly unprofessional, so I deeply apologise for this video. But yeah, you just go over it, you make sure your stick's kind of warmed up. Like that. So I do that. And then I go into the part of the, not the palm, the back of my hand where the excess foundation is, and I sort of pat that in. Megan, I hate you. So I'm going to take a touch of concealer as well on top of it. Oh yeah, just to make sure my brow coverage is a little bit creamier, a little bit lighter. Still full coverage, but it's just like a blending agent in a way. And that means I can just get like a better blend. And yeah, that's kind of what I want. Because yeah, like wherever the cream isn't wanting to sink into the liquid will, and I think that's the best thing. Okay, perfect. And you could, I'm going to use this concealer actually for my base eye primer. So on my lid itself, today I'm going to be using this as my eye primer. Let's do this to make sure that I just have a nice clean canvas to work with. I'm going to be doing a halo eye with today, I believe, a halo eye with like a dramatic brown. But I just like to have like a blank slate to really work with when I'm doing this. So yeah. Oh my god. Also, how's everyone doing? I know you're here, Meg. And you're doing good because I literally saw you like 2 hours ago. Well, technically 3 hours ago, but I don't really count. So I'm going to actually dip into the, I'm just going to take off this excess right off the top. And this is what I'm just going to do, is I'm just going to go into the centre of my lid with a white eyeshadow stick and just blend that out. Will it do much? I don't actually think it will, but oh well. And now actually, do I do like, I don't know who, I'll do like another classic glam. No, I'll do like sharper, I haven't been doing sharper liner recently. And I think really what I need to be doing is some sharper liner. In my opinion, I think that's what I need to incorporate. So I'm going to do like a purple smoky crease, or a purple cut crease with a dark black wing. And yeah, I haven't done like a dark purple burgundy-ish crease in a hot minute, so I'm going to be doing that. So I follow where my eye wishes me to be with a lip liner. You can also use a foundation if you have like that perfect shade of, not foundation, you can use foundation, or you can use a cream color corrector, you can use a cream lipstick. Any of these things are great as like pigmented eye bases to then go over with shadow and blend out. So if you're doing a more pastel look, color correctors are actually a great eye base for that, and then you set it on top of whatever color you're really wanting to go in with. So I'm making actually pull this up. And so I pull down my wing, like so. So here you go, it's a very slicked back wing. I think it's a very classical drag silhouette. I think every drag queen plays with this silhouette at least one point in their drag. Yeah. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry, Megan, that I forced you to watch this. So, like, Megan, I do need to ask you this question, because you're a real girl who doesn't wear much makeup. Have you ever, like, found any useful tips from, like, anything I've done? Because, like, I'm a fucking, like, drag queen. I don't, like, I want to know, does my, thingy things, like, do my, tips translate to a real woman? Or are they more drag only? I've never asked you that. At least I don't remember asking you that if I have. Because, like, I have a very harsh style of makeup, but, like, I have a deep interest in natural beauty, like natural drag, not natural drag, natural. There we go. That is the correct answer. To be honest, like, who doesn't want to make a car crash from their beauty? Like, I know I do. So I'm just going to kick out any excess product. So I'm going to blend it out with a brush that I use for cream eyeshadows. And then I'm going to set it with another brush. I'm not going to use many colours for this eyeshadow look. I don't think we need to. There's one particular eyeshadow shade that I'll be focusing in on and creating depth with said colour. So, and I might create depth with some more cream eyeshadow, but in black, depending on what I want to do. So I begin to smoke out this colour, making sure that this colour, and I'm actually just going to make sure I press down these brows, because I realised I hadn't actually set the brow itself. I hadn't set that, so I'm just setting that now, because obviously I made a mistake with that. I recommend obviously setting your covered brows if you have covered brows, but if not, then you don't have to worry about that. But I really just like to soften this line, and once you really soften the line, it creates a gorgeous, 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 like, it's already kind of done your eye look, and then you just go back into it with eyeshadow, like a proper eyeshadow. And we're not going to use a bajillion brushes. I only use a few brushes. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush, and I'm going to get my Kiko eye palette, and that is actually going to be probably it for the crease, is using my Kiko eye palette and maybe like my Kiko blush, because it's a very natural blush that blends with contours, so it's a very natural sort of blush. So I'm going to be taking this pink shade and this purple shade and this taupe, so I'm taking all three of these, and that's what I'm going to start off this eye shape with. Like that. And you just see how, like, that just glides over the top. beautifully. Like, that is the tea right there. So, using these 3 colours, I really like to do this. I don't like mixing colours often. I usually like to plot the colour down, blend it out, because when you mix a colour, I always feel like I'm going to mix it wrong on the other eye, and it's not going to look the same. But usually it's okay. So I recommend yeeting your way out of any situation. So I'm gonna grab okay, you know what, I'm gonna use a fair amount of brushes. Why not? I have brushes here, but I could just go with one, like a couple of brushes actually, because I can't find the brush I want. So I'm gonna take this deep purple. So this is a doofus colour I believe we're using. Might use a little bit of a cream black, then blend that out with said purple. But overall, we're going to try and keep it a lot more minimal. And the reason why I'm keeping this bit relatively clean is because there's no point of there even being eyeshadow there, because we're going to be going in with eyeliner. So, and I already know where my eyeliner is going, but I do put a little bit just here to set this line so it doesn't transfer too much. And then that's it really. I try and keep it nice and clean, nice and pretty, and simple. I like how this is looking though, like low-key. I'm looking legit so good already, like this eye is already looking really nice and put together. And that can sometimes be an issue. So now I'm going to go for the taupe and the purple and blur out everything next to the crease. So we're going not in with the full-on purple, we're going to mix that with a little bit of that taupe. And on the very edges, we're going to go back in with this pink, which we didn't even go in with alone. I'm just going to take that over the edges. And if these very edges aren't super blended, it's not the end of the world. I don't strive for super blended edges. It's not the end of the world. Not as big of a deal as some people think, I don't think, because we're going to be going in and cleaning up later. With this kind of eye, it's best to do eyebrows after, or to leave the cleanup of the eyebrows till after. So again, just that purple shade. We've only worked with 3 shades so far, and then we're going to have shades in the lids and shades on the brow bone, which is whatever your highlight shade personally is. For me, I use a white eyeshadow for my brow bone, and now I'm going to be using possibly a bunch of violets on my lid. Personally, that's just what I like to go for. Obviously, you change this to whatever colours you particularly want. I want lots of bright, well, not bright, more subdued purples, more so. So that's what I'm going to be working with today, is more subdued purples. And yeah, so I'm going to be smoking it out on these very edges. Bringing it beautifully out, making myself look absolutely stunning in all accounts. That's it, done. So now I'm going to work in with a tad of with my cream eyeshadow brush, which is a really cheap, semi-dense, it's like a really dense brush, but it's also fluffy. I'm going to work in with Black Bean by NYX. This is a cream eyeshadow stick, but I'm using a brush to apply it, so I can sort of build up pigmentation where I want it, and it means it really controls the distribution of product. So yeah, that's something I really like to look into. And I think a cream eyeshadow sometimes, because you might not want to have that harsh black, and even though a cream, while wet, may look harsher, you can go in and set it with significantly softer colours, and it just becomes a richer colour. So, you know, usually in art you wouldn't necessarily shade with black, but within drag makeup and makeup in general, shading with black, if you're doing a more dramatic look, is really a great option. I looked at my time and thought it was my viewers, and I was like, what the fuck? For a minute, I was like, oh, it's too many for me. Also, I let one of my good friends, Megan, well, Megan's in this chat right now, but I let her like respond to the DMs I get on Instagram, and it was the best thing ever. Like, we basically just fucked about, like, usually you get people that are weird that message me saying, please show me Bobby, and I'm like, no, I will not show my non-existent breast to you, you weird man. Surprisingly, most people, apparently it's a norm to ask people that. I don't think it is. I call a bit bullshit on that. So yeah, we're just setting with this purple. So it still looks rich. It doesn't look like the same purple that we've been smoking out with. Show P. Oh yeah, we got that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Oh. But yeah, basically we're going to be going into our crease. The back of our crease looks like the outer V. PP pics. I hate you, Megan. I fucking hate you. I can't watch it. I can't look at that post, but I guess I'll check it when I've stopped streaming. How do I look? My eye makeup looks good. We're going to work in. I can't stop streaming, dude. I don't want to advertise my stream again everywhere. I shall watch it after the stream. So I'm gonna actually. Ooh, what do I want to do? I'm actually gonna go in with a bit of concealer, and I'm gonna go with a flat, small, tiny brush like this. And no, I know, but I it'll stop the stream, so I can't go and look because I don't want to have to advertise again. I was almost scared now you said that. I'm like horrified now you said that. No, you. Also, if you're wondering who this random woman is harassing me, she's actually one of my closest friends. Harassing me, but a close friend. So I'm literally the other one's bar, Megan, shut up. So I'm taking some more concealer. I'm working that in. I really love concealer. And I love to cut my crease with. Usually I use a white, but today we're working on saturated tones, so a white really isn't necessary. But, oh wow, rude, that's shady. I didn't get it until I said it again. I was like, oh wait, no, I get what you mean. So I'm just gonna go in. Honestly, I want to do so many queens makeup. There's a queen called Taylor Sparks, and I really want to. I'm stunning. There we go. So we've worked in with that, and we want to. We haven't even got our puppy yet. My parents are already playing. My brother's already playing with the toys. I don't know which one of that is, but they're doing it. It's triggering me. No, I'm really excited for the pup tomorrow. So I'm first off going to work in with an icy lavender to set the entire lid with. Imagine Stanley doing that. Oh, he probably would though if he could walk. Like, he actually probably would. He's such a good boy. He has played with squeaky toys in the past, like, very infrequently, and, like, squeaked it once, but, like, he's done it. So, he's a very good bun who enjoys all the things dogs enjoy, but he is a herbivore because he's a little bunny. Although he still tries to eat dog food. So, oh my god, look at that face. Yeah, sorry, the eyes even. I just do my eyes. Look at my face. It's like, Jordan, you've just done eye makeup. My face. Oh my god, but my makeup looks really good. I just need to put on white in my inner corner, a white eyeshadow in my inner corner, and I'll just brighten it up. This is my Violet Dreams. I'm not doing a red look. I don't do red looks often, but I really enjoyed doing that red look for a contest I'm in. I was like, ooh, I should play with red more. And then I never played with red more, but I like the idea of playing with red more. And you know what? We're just gonna blend the very edges with a touch of almost black eyeshadow because I kind of just want to blend the edges out. You don't have to do this. I just like to do it, and I don't want to go with more cream eyeshadow, so I'm just blending the edges out of a warm black. And then it just like nicely goes like that. There we go. And now we can work on creating a real feline flick liner. So I work on the inner, because we've got this line here, what I do is I create from my inner corner first. So I always start with my inner corner. So I find inner corner is very important, and if we get the inner corners even, that just saves so much pain for later. So if you do it like section by section, like if you break down your eyeliner, so you get a really defined, like a very small brush that's very easy to define things, and then you have the beginning to the liner like that. So I like that. It was very good line, a very simple line. We've just got the inner corner done. We might make it more exaggerated as we go, but as long as the inner corner is done, because that is the hardest bit of the liner, and then what everyone finds hard, but I personally don't, so I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna follow that line we created. It might be very blurred, but you'll see sort of at the end of the lid, and we want it to sort of connect with that. So we create that line, and then that's it. So we have your base to your liner. So we've created the wings already. I'm just going to extend this wing a bit more before I forget. And then we are going to connect the liner. Why are my family so loud today? Me, honestly. Me. I want to turn it up. There we go. So we've created a map and we're just going to fill in the eyeliner. So we have that in a corner, and obviously we just want to adjust things to my inner corner, making them look a lot more interesting. So I now want to go in, and I'm just filling in what we've outlined. It's the easiest way to explain it, is just create the outline and then you fill in the outline carefully. That's the easiest way to explain eyeliner. That's cool, my dude. I'll probably finish streaming anyway. So have a very good day. I'm just gonna do my eyeliner and then I shall be heading away. Oh, also before that. Moisturizing the shit out of my lips. There we go. So we have our liner kind of mapped out, and then we're going to go for a cheaper liner. Well, it's actually a more expensive liner, but it's a line that is a little less precise, I found, and also is a little less pigmented overall, but it's a little bit more comfy to use, and it's got a lot more product left in it. We don't really need the same amount of precision when just finishing up liner. We've already got the shapes, so we are literally just going to do this. And I love doing this because it just creates a very nice modern that's it. That is how you do basically eyeliners. This is like the beginnings of my drag makeup, really. This is what I do at the start. I can't try and continue this through, however. So I'm just gonna go in, do that. I am gonna start my eyebrow before I go, because I feel like eyebrow is quite an important one, personally. Some people don't care about eyebrows in drag. I kind of do, if I'm doing them, because I think they can tell you a lot about a queen and their sort of quality of makeup sometimes. I find that brows are the thing to really perfect. Whether you glue them down, whether you don't, always good to have a strong brow. A good brow, at least. It doesn't have to be a super defined brow, it just has to be a brow that's nicely done, really. That's the main requirement. And I say that more out of, you know, my opinion than anything else. I know some queens, you know, if you're not going to do a brow, then obviously that's fine. Just make sure your brow coverage is good. Or some people might not do anything to their brows with the makeup, where it can still be like a really good look if it calls for that. It just depends on what your look is. But I would say if you are going to do eyebrows, you got to learn how to do them well. And it doesn't come naturally to anyone. It doesn't come quickly to anyone. It's just something that is kind of like, if you're going to focus on anything, a good brow location. So I always start the eyebrow either around where my natural eyebrow is, or if it's further up, depending where it is. I always start it dipping down from wherever it is. If it was up here, and then I bring it up and bring it back down. It creates such a lovely, beautiful arch. Not arch, but it creates a beautiful arch, but also it creates a much more natural placement for the eyes. If you go and start like flat, like that, like some people think, it's usually like not many queens can get away with that. Very few queens that do that and can get away with that, I find personally. But again, that's my personal preference on makeup, so like don't take that like 100% gospel. It's just advice. I find that starting this being your lowest point, like from the sort of main line of the eyebrow, we're not talking about the tail, the main part of your eyebrow, you really want this to be the lowest part of the main part of your eyebrow unless you're doing an intentionally sad brow. And that's like, what can help? So there we go. And you know, my eyebrows are not even whatsoever. That's fine. So I'm going to make sure, I always say perfect the top line, so I'm going to do more of a stick brow today. I just want to do a stick brow, that's why I glued down my brows, because I don't really have much eyebrow anyway, so there's no point in doing it otherwise. So I'm going to take setting powder, and I'm going to really bake my brows, because this is a very dark brown colour. And the reason why I use such a dark, I also use foundation on my eyebrows instead of anything else. I really don't like, you know, with a glued brows I use foundation or lipstick and then reinforce with shadow if I want to. With this, I don't think I will, but there we go. So this is looking kind of interesting now, but we've not got depth still. We're still lacking that depth, and that's okay. I will recommend though as well is that do not keep your brow bone unless you want it to look like intentionally like super fake. In the sense of like sometimes people do stick brows just and to emphasize the stick brows they don't put a highlight there. If you're doing that then yeah, but I always say like either use your highlight foundation or a significantly lighter foundation. Like if you are of medium to light you could use white. Well, anyone could really use it, but obviously we're thinking about matching skin tones, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd always say for me, for like a drag brow bone, I always go about 2 to 3 shades lighter at least. Then your highlight shade, or just do your highlight shade and set with a light eyeshadow. That complements your skin. I always say do this because a lot of queens don't realize the importance of the brow bone. Like the brow's important, but you've kind of got to give it that support as well. Like a good brow is nice, and a good brow can distract from a lot of things, but to really refine that brow, I mean this also helps you clean up underneath as well. And if you do your eyes first and your brows first like I have, it means as well you can clean up on top without having like several layers of foundation piling over one another. It just makes that easier as well. So that's just my opinion on that. But I really enjoy layering this highlight on top. So there we go. And I've done that, and you can sort of see it now, even though I've not set it yet, the difference. So I'm going to go into my other brow and just do it as well. Just want to make sure this brow is super thin, because it's very much a classical kind of brow, so yeah. So I actually take it all the way down. So we are doing this very classical Hollywood-esque brow, and I'm using Mehron Cream Blend Stick in white. You use whatever you want as long as it's decent coverage, because like you need to clean up your brow and you don't want to disturb with a liquid that isn't full coverage the brow gluing. So yeah, that's just two things. And you want something with the coverage in case it does disturb the foundation itself as well. Sometimes it's just nice to have like, whether that's a concealer or a foundation, whatever you personally choose, that's down to you. I always recommend like a theatre foundation for the eyebrow area and brow bone area and all this area around the eyes, like especially around the eyebrow. Theatre foundation to cover it, and theatre foundation to clean up around it, and theatre foundation to do the eyebrows themselves. As far as that goes, I always find that's like a go-to when doing mine and others. Drag makeup is theatre makeup. Even for glam, which is what I do a lot of the time, I do a lot of glam, and working in with this like, or like a clown white, or like whatever full coverage TV paint stick, but I would say for highlighting, the Mehron Cream Blend for brow highlights, whether you get a white or whatever is really bright for your skin tone and suits you, it's going to be creamy but still provide a good coverage, which is something that's very, very useful, because a lot of things, they do one, or you know, like it's going to be, you know, they're going to be really creamy and not the best, but this is going to have, it still has a pull to it, where it's a lot creamier than Krylon's foundation, which can sometimes tug on the eye as well, so that's something to watch out for. I would not say use a lightweight foundation or a face paint around this area. It's not a good thing to do, especially if it's water activated. I'd really not recommend that. I'd say you could get away with water activated paint. I've done it before for your eyebrows if you set them and then go over with eyeshadow, but in honesty that's just like, you may as well just wet your eyeshadow if you're going to do that instead of wasting your time with those. Personally, that's my view on it. So I'm going to go over just a contour colour over my brows, and this is just going to clean up the brow. That's what I'm personally going to do. So I'm just taking it, and it's kind of diffusing the brow a little bit, maybe a bit too much, but oh well. I'm beautiful, so that's fine. I keep saying that, I hope you know it's like ironic. But to really get that going, so I've already powdered this, but I'm going to have to go over again because how's brows doing? She's not doing too well, sweetie. So yeah. There we go. So yeah, I really... Obviously these foundations, these faded foundations can be a little bit, they're very pigmented, but also can be a little bit patchy. Just actually like the worst, but it pays off for the pigmentation and blendability with shadow and the pull that they have, so it's sort of like a win-lose sort of thing, but overall it's more useful than detrimental in my opinion, so that's just sort of my opinion on it. So I am setting with a white powder in my brow, like a white shadow, and then I'm going to be going in with the Kiko eyeshadow, wetting my brush and going in with the Kiko eyeshadow just to sharpen these edges. But first, before I even think about doing that, I'm going to dip in with just a little bit of Coty Airspun, just to make sure it's not going anywhere, like that. So there we go. It just means then that we can make sure it's not going anywhere and there's not going to be any awkwardness with that. So now I'm just going to go in and fix my eye makeup up, because I did use a lot of white foundation, a lot of white powder, so I do make sure that all of that is kind of just fixed quickly, going over those original, you know, the original shadows just here. Luckily it's not where the main depth is, so it's just adding colour back, and that's not the end of the world. So, and then I'm just taking a brown eyeshadow. I have a brown coolish eyeshadow you want to use. It's like this I'm using. And I use this mainly for eyeshadow in honesty, so nothing shocking. Not for eyeshadow, I use it mainly for brows, I find. And that just helps create that nice, gorgeous face. And we don't fill in the front. I also say put effort into the tail and effort into the front if you're doing a small, like if you're doing like a blockier brow like this. And the reasoning is because then when you go over it with eyeshadow that's darker, because once you've set it as well it'll lighten, so even if you went over an eyeshadow that looks similar to the original colour, once you've gone over with translucent powder, it means you don't have to sit there and worry. So I spent an hour doing this almost, and that's really sad because usually it takes me like 45 minutes to do my eyes. So, not 45 minutes, 20 minutes to do my eyes when I've glued them down. But when I'm taking my time and being leisurely, I do like to take more time refining and perfecting. It doesn't have to take this long. I'm talking a lot through it, I've been distracted through it. But if I was to focus, I could probably get this done in about 25 minutes most, really. But again, that's really not like, it's not a race as well, but also it's like not, you don't have to take 3 years to do what I'm doing like I am, because I am taking a long time to do it, but it's just sort of what I'm doing. So I'd like to go back. Also, I hope everyone's having a good day. But yeah, I don't like to take too long usually. Yep, that's it. So that's really going to be it. I'm just going to give you a close-up of the look. I think we've got a few more things we need to do though, and that's just blurring out this purple at the edges and just blurring that out. Very edges. And then we can just sort of like work with that. And so it's like this really nice, defined, naturalish kind of drag eye. Like for drag, it's natural. For anything else, it's like super intense, but for drag, pretty natural, not gonna lie.